weightless. Come pick me up cause I just wanna see the light. I wanna be weightless. Teach me to fly, I won't be coming down. Could somebody wake me up? I don't wanna be here and let the world pass me by. Yeah. I just see her face wherever I look, she's standing in the crowd. So let go, I don't want to, but I'm gonna try. When she left me, yeah, but a little bit inside. You know, maybe things are gonna be alright. Cause I just wanna see the light. I'm so sick of waiting and getting too restless to be in this dusty town. I've heard of this place where people forget and you get another try. So come open up my door. I don't wanna be here and let the world pass me by. I won't see your face wherever I look, I'm blinded by the light. I don't want to, but I'm gonna try. When she left me, yeah, died a little bit inside. You know, maybe things are gonna be alright. Cause I just wanna see the light. Yeah, I just wanna see the light. So small, watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Look at the beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me.
Hi everybody, welcome aboard. First of all, Happy New Year everybody. I hope you guys are all doing good, ready to do some flying. We're doing something a bit different today, but it's so good to see you guys. First of all, I survived. I guess that's step one that you guys are curious about. I'm here. Yes, no, not a ghost. I'm here. We did it. We survived, but I hope you guys are all doing good, ready to do some flying. First of all, I want to say thank you guys so much. I cannot believe 2022. Can you guys believe it? 2022 already, honestly. I started streaming at the beginning of 2020. To think that we're almost 2 years in to streaming is absolutely ridiculous. So thank you guys so much for all the support back in, last year. Last year, way back in 2021, anybody? Thank you guys so much for all the support. I'm so grateful to have you guys along with me during this journey, and honestly, it's just getting bigger from here. We're going to be taking something a little different today. This is not a 7.3. This is not, of course, the Airbus. We're going to be flying the Diamond. For those that know, I flew this plane yesterday. In fact, if you did recognize it, I see that Joey recognized it. 656 Bravo Charlie was my exact airplane yesterday. And I'm so excited because I was finally able to make it look similar to it. I'll show you guys what it actually looked like. We have so much to go over today. I have learned so much, let's just start saying. So, I promise we're not going to end up in a field today. I mean, the hopes of what you guys saw the last time I flew the Diamond is probably very different from what the 3 hours yesterday I learned. I learned so much. I mean, for 30 minutes in the air, the rest of the time, I'll show you guys so much today. We have so much to go over. Welcome aboard, everybody. It's so good to see you guys. Aviation Master, we got Soit, Southwest 678, Singaporean, good to see you. Aspiring Flynn, Jarrett, how you guys all doing? Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you, guys. I hope everybody has had a great start to the year, whether it's January 1st or 2nd, because I see Captain 320, and I know you're a day ahead. Welcome aboard. Fly with Rev, good to see you. IND Productions, welcome. We got Britannia, Breadmaster, Mr. January 2nd, or Captain 320. Fires, good to see you. Flying Moose, Mr. Dougal McTavish, the man, the myth, the legend. Good to see you as well. We got FTP. How you doing, FTP? All the way in 2022. Can you guys, I can't even comprehend. 2022. Like, this is the same year I'm going to turn 18. Don't tell anybody I said that, especially my mother. She'll have a heart attack. But welcome, Ryan. Good to see you. Who else do we have? Oh my gosh. Hi, everybody. Anyone heard from Spags? I haven't seen Spags in a little bit. I hope he's doing all right. So good to see you, Jose. Happy New Year to you as well. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate it. Flying Moose, good to see you. So here's what we're going to do today, folks. I flew this plane yesterday. Is my dream job to be a pilot? Yes. And I have so much to tell you guys. So here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be taking to the skies. We're going to take 656 Bravo Charlie back up today. We're going to pretend today is December 31st of 2021, and we're basically going to replicate everything I did yesterday. From the charts from SkyVector that I pretty much had an entire lesson on how to read, to actually turning the plane on, to doing a proper run-up, we're going to be doing it all today. And we're going to kind of go through it all. So welcome aboard, everybody. Going to try and fly along. I'm off VATSIM because I'm absolutely terrified to do it on VATSIM. But I might switch to multiplayer for maybe a little later. Jake, good to see you. How you doing? But yeah, you guys are going to get to see exactly how it is. I added a couple commands so you guys can download the airplane because I am using a mod for today as well. What do you hope to fly in the future? Honestly, I'm more towards not jumping all the way ahead. I think the first step is getting my PPL, so I'll explain more in a minute. Rising, good to see you. How you doing? 6 more hours for my birthday. Well, happy early birthday, Fires. That's awesome, dude. I hope to be on free tomorrow. I think I'll be on tomorrow, but I'm not sure. But Fires, happy early birthday just in case. It's great to see you. And T-Mac, welcome, welcome. So here's what we're going to do, folks. I'm going to start by showing you guys around the airplane. So Whoa, hello. That's a little fat. How do I turn the camera down? Oh, I love not having to do this IRL. Here, this is what I want to do. It's called the drone speed. Cool. So that way we get a more easier walk around. This is what we're flying. So we're going to fly 656 Bravo Charlie today, folks. We're going to do this exactly how I did it yesterday, but minus like the 20 minutes it took to warm up the plane. That's what we're going to do. So here it is. The first thing we did, and I'm just going to start right off the bat. The first thing we did is we went over a flight plan. So let me switch the screens here, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how we do this. So let's go display this should do it. 2 seconds. You should be. Can you guys see Sky Vector now? Hopefully you guys can see Sky Vector, and hopefully it all works. Have a birthday coming up on the 7th. Well, happy early birthday! I can't stop chasing your name. That's awesome, dude. Not online. You guys want to go online? Ooh. I would. Let me think. We'll switch to online. How can I do that? Shit. Well, I guess I haven't turned the airplane on yet. Alright, screw it. We're going to the online. We're going to the world of multiplayer. Let's go. Alright, cool. We'll just do that. And I'll show you guys Sky Vector right when we get in. I mean, to be fair, we didn't start on the ramp. We started in the office. So we'll just go to our office, which is the menu. So that works. So anyway, let's go back to world map. I'll show you guys exactly where I parked, because actually this is probably a good idea. So when we loaded in, I drove up this road, I went right to this building, and I went right down into the ramp. So this is where the place that I went to parks. It's right along here. So we were at ramp 22, which is pretty much the same spot. No, I'm sorry. It was 22. So if we go to spot 22, we can hit set as departure. Yeah, cool. There you go. And North Europe server, folks. And I guess, yeah, that works now. WC, good to see you. How you doing? Welcome. All right, we'll go on multiplayer for you guys. Absolutely. Sorry, I didn't even think of that at first. But anyway, here's Sky Vector. You know what? Let's hit the fly button, because it's only going to take a minute, and then we'll go over it. And if you guys haven't already done so, don't forget to smash that like button. You guys are absolutely amazing. So, Julian had a not tail strike on pushback. I taxied it. I taxied it in. I didn't taxi it out, but I taxied it in. And yes, I didn't end up on the tail, on the nose, or anything where I shouldn't have. Let's start by saying that, huh? So let me just move our view out the way. CJ, Happy New Year, dude. It's good to see ya. So here's what we're going to be doing. And let me turn the time back a little so it doesn't get like pitch black on us in an hour. There we go. Cool. So this is exactly what we did. So we started out, we went to the office, and we basically started by going over something on ForeFlight. Now, if any of you guys know what ForeFlight is, basically a flight planning chart. It's like Navigraph 2.0 for the real world. But it also has a lot of cool checklist features, everything you can add to it. I'm actually probably going to get a subscription to it to help with the IRL flying, so you guys might see that soon on the channel. Was the landing hard? No. My instructor landed. I set up for the approach, and she actually buttered it, I'll tell you. Were you expecting Delta? Yay, I'm excited. So here's where we are, folks. We're here, Sky Vector. Here's Sky Vector. So we kind of went over the charts on ForeFlight. We went over it, and this is how the plan went. So I'll kind of give you guys a quick briefing on it, and then we'll get going. So we started out here at KCMA. Now, KCMA is right here, and the first thing she did is said, you know, let's look at exactly what surrounds Camarillo, because Camarillo is not by itself. You have to get, yes, so I'll be doing that soon as well. So Camarillo is not on its own. You guys can see this is the vicinity, right around here. So the first thing we kind of notice right off the bat is we have Oxnard. Oxnard has a pretty big airport, KOXR, which is Oxnard. So notice the runways at Oxnard and Camarillo are pretty like parallel. They're just off by a couple miles length and width. So there's two things we have to do. The first is to remain outside the Class Charlie airspace. Now this is the Class Charlie airspace. You guys probably see this ring around Oxnard. That's the restriction we had to follow. So when we departed out of Camarillo, we couldn't just go, okay, 1,000 feet, let's fly right straight out to the ocean. No, there's a lot that goes down. So the first thing we had to do was stay out of the Charlie airspace, which we had to identify right then and there. Now, to climb above the Class Charlie airspace, I believe it's 2,000 at or above in order to maintain separation with, you know, all the Oxnard traffic. So once we did that, we departed Camarillo. She also had me note a few things. So if I find, here it is, Point Magoo. This is Point Magoo. Now, Point Magoo controls approach. They control pretty much all that fun stuff. So they're basically the people we contact for approach. You guys can also see right here, the frequency usually is 12485. However, that does change from time to time, apparently, is what she explained to me. So sometimes we'll get a different frequency based on ATIS. And ATIS at Camarillo should be on. If I pull up the charts, it should tell me. But I'll do that in a minute. So here's what it is. When we leave Camarillo, it's not so much a straight out, because like I said, we have all this traffic. We have Point Magoo, which is an active naval base, so don't want to fly there. but we also have Oxnard, and then if you come up here, you guys are going to notice we also have Santa Paula. So we live in a pretty busy airspace. You know, if you lived all the way over here, let's say Van Nuys, I mean, look at that. You got Burbank, you got LA, you got Santa Monica, the list goes on. So what we had to do is we had to find some reference points to kind of make sure we stay out of airspace of not only the residents, because you do notice this is a very residential neighborhood. However, there's also a ton of GA traffic in this area. So, one second here. The first thing we had to do is we had to find some reference points. Now, the main one for Camarillo, do you guys see Sataquay Bridge right here? Sataquay Bridge is exactly where we had to go. So this bridge, and I'll show it to you guys in a second outside. We're going to go right to it today. That bridge is basically a reference point, like, hey, okay, make sure we stay on this side of the bridge. Now, if I zoom in here, you're going to notice we also have, you see these two gray lines? That's the 101 freeway. This freeway goes for miles. It goes to where I live. It goes all the way to San Francisco and beyond up to, I think, Seattle. So the 101 freeway is our other visual point. So when we went out, what we did is we made, Matty, good to see you. How you doing? Check DMs. Okay, I'll have a look in a second. So what we had to do is we basically departed runway 26, which we're going to do today because the weather's cooperating. We went out, we immediately started right traffic, and we flew right up to the Sataquay Bridge. Now, there's another thing we had to remember, and this is not on any chart. This is basically like, just be courteous. There's somewhere over here called Spanish Hills. Spanish Hills is like a residential, like a country club. And when we went over to Spanish Hills, there's a bunch of noise procedures. They're like, we don't want the planes, we don't want this, we don't want that. So Spanish Hills and Camarillo have a love-hate relationship. They love getting their airplanes to the people that live there, but they absolutely hate the noise. So what we had to do, and good to see you, how you doing? What we had to do is we basically had to climb out and avoid all of Spanish Hills, which you can kind of see is right below the Camarillo part here, right where all this info is. That's like Spanish Hills. So what we did is we came out, avoided Spanish Hills right to the Sataquay Bridge. We went up, made a left turn, went up, because basically that right turn to Sataquay Bridge gives us time to climb to 2,000 feet and above, which is basically avoiding all this Class Charlie airspace, which allowed us to go to the coast, which we're going to do today. So when we climbed out, we went over to the Sataquay Bridge. We then made left traffic, came all the way around, sharp left turn, and we kind of flew out to the coast here over Ventura. Now, Ventura goes all the way here, so we probably went to right about where the 257 is. We then came out over the coast, all the way down, staying about, I'd say we climbed, I think the altitude that we hit around there was about 4,500. Now, the reason we did that is to avoid all the Class Charlie airspace. Like I said, above 2,000, or your FAA is going to be calling. So we basically went up, we came out there, overflew kind of the coastal areas of Oxnard, avoided Point Magoo. We went back up to the 101 freeway, which was a second visual waypoint. Kind of like a check-in, you know? If you see the 101, you're in the right spot. If you see the Sataquay Bridge, great, you're in the right spot. If you see none of them and you're climbing below and an airplane's coming right at you, well, you might be in the wrong place. You're from Israel? Nice, dude. So that's kind of how we learned to navigate the area. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come out, we're going to go out and around, like I said, go above the Oxnard Class Charlie airspace, right across, and then we're going to go back up, follow here, which I think this is the 126. If I know my freeways, 126, and then we should meet up in Santa Paula. So when we go up to Santa Paula, that's kind of where we turned around. You're going to notice, and if I move this aside, I'll show you guys in a second, we have all the hills. So Santa Paula Airport is an untowered, uncontrolled airport. It's very small. I actually have a good scenery for it, which you might want to check out later. And we basically had to crawl through the hills because there's hills on both sides. And I need to be an instructor. Oh, I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite there yet. But I did learn quite a bit. So when we go through the hills, we basically are going to climb up. I want to say the heading was like 01 or 020, something like that. And we basically kind of went to the north, up and around. Now, we also had to make sure we stayed high enough for Santa Paula, because Santa Paula departs to the, I think it's to the south. So kind of like southwest, because it's almost over the coast here. You can see they kind of go straight out over the coast and to avoid all the terrain, right? Because you couldn't take off to the right, couldn't go to the left, you'd hit a mountain. It wouldn't go well. So that's kind of how we had to do it. And while we made that turn, the first thing she said was not below 1,500 feet. Maintain 1,500 feet. We went out and around. So after we went back up here, U-turn, over the Sataquay Bridge. At the Sataquay Bridge was my reference point to start our descent. So when we maintained 1,500 feet after leaving the Class Charlie airspace, that's one thing I forgot to mention. It was 4,500 feet down to 3,000. Once we kind of passed this Class Charlie and went up through the hills of like Santa Paula, that's where I was able to basically start our descent to 1500, and that's kind of what we held. And that way we don't go too low for the terrain, but we also keep out of the Class Charlie of Oxnard. So we turned around at Santa Paula, came back down the Sataquai Bridge. Now, if you guys remember what I said, we have to avoid all of Spanish Hills here. So Spanish Hills we completely avoided, came right through, straight shot down to the 101, out around a little hill. So when we go back on the final stretch of today's flight, you're going to notice we have a little bit of like this hill that peeks out. That's Spanish Hills. Fly over that, and you're going to be getting a nice letter from the HOA over Spanish Hills, and they're going to be like, never come fly again. So that's one of the rules. Now, what we have to do is we have to follow the Sataquai Bridge out to the 101, and we need to, so in order to do the approach from runway 26, you can either come in and make left traffic, and you can circle in right over Cal State Channel Islands, which is this right here, and you can turn around and kind of make a sharp left traffic. But what we did, and what normally you do, which I actually didn't know about this, is you have to avoid Spanish Hills, descend to 900 feet, and start making right traffic, sharp right in, keep the bank rolling, and right when you're nearing, like, you see these 3 dots? You see these 3 dots? That's basically where we level out. So, like, the 3rd dot, stable out the wings, slow for approach speed, flaps come out. If you have gear, we didn't, then gear goes down, and you make the approach. Lost internet, no worries, Breadmaster. Did you see my previous comment? You're from Israel. Nice, dude. That's awesome. So that's kind of a quick rundown of everything I've, learned so far on that. So now to the actual airplane. Just drive a car. Brad, good to see you. How you doing? I know, right? I wish. But this is a lot more fun to skip the rush hour traffic and get going. Talon, Anama, great to see you. Banana Peel, how you doing? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. Hope all is good. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hop on the flight deck. I'm going to put this aside, but you guys are going to see this quite a bit during the stream. Because Sky Vector is your best friend and your worst enemy at the same time, because it's a pain. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to switch the screen back. We're going to switch to game capture. There we go. Dylan Shrub, good to see you. How you doing? Almost already 20 likes. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to hop in 656 Bravo Charlie. We are not on VATSIM, but we are on multiplayer. So just like we had to do yesterday, TCAS. TCAS, a huge factor when flying over here. Because like I said, Oxnard, Santa Paula, Camarillo, all the traffic comes up on you quick. Online? Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to load in, folks. North Europe server as well. You can fly over Spanish Hills as many times as you want, not get in trouble with the FAA. Yeah, they pretty much are, Joey. Honestly, they were so, and they made it sound like it was the end of the world. Like, I started turning, and my instructor was like, nope, keep it right. Like, don't go over Spanish Hills. I mean, it's like there's, something waiting to shoot you down. I mean, I know where it is because I've been up there, but yeah, it's interesting. Server? We're on North Europe server. So here we go, folks. Let's go ahead and jump in the flight deck of 656 Bravo Charlie, and we're going to get this plane turned on. If you had 2 options to pick from, only drive after getting your PPL or getting to drive... Oh, honestly, I'd rather get my... Wait. Only drive after getting your PPL or getting to drive before? Before, for the only reason that I have to have transportation to get to the airport. That's smart thinking. Pass over with the F-18. Okay, guys, just make sure to keep it GA. You won't fit an airliner anywhere around here, and if anything, I'll just have to switch off multiplayer. Think of doing a discovery flight at a CNO. What is CNO, Ryan? I haven't heard of that. Is that Chino? Right? Is that Chino? That's awesome, dude, though. I hope you enjoy it, and definitely go for it. It's a lot of fun. Oh, nice, Fires. That's awesome. All right, let's not waste any more time, and let's get inside the flight. Look at that. You know what else we get to do? We get to scream at the fuel people. That was so much fun. I swear, I didn't know, fuel worked like this at an airport, and I was laughing so hard. I'm like, wait, we just get to do that? So we were parked, and this guy comes up with this giant gas truck, and I'm like, what the? It was bigger than the airplane. And he pulls up, and he's like, so do you need more fuel? And I'm like, the gas is free. And I almost wanted to be like, no, say yes. You don't have to pay for it. Put the fuel in and let's go. We had plenty of fuel, so I didn't get to see how it works, but still pretty cool that, you just have a tanker truck and they just get to give you gas. Bixture, good to see you. Did my discovery flight from there too? Nice. Over at Chino. That's awesome. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hop in 656 Bravo Charlie. We are going to go... Actually, I have Navigraph pulled up for you guys as well. Come on. There we go. And let me just click on that so I can get the frequency. It's just windy. Oh, it's always windy over there, honestly. Van Nuys did it actually, Jake? Oh, boy. That was their first flight? It was, yes. Miami Airspace is a weird neighborhood. Yeah, it's so odd. I don't even know. So, like I said, we have the frequency. So first thing we'll do is we'll contact ground. Ground is 121.8, which we're going to hop over to. Jarrett, let me see here. That was! Yes! Jarrett. Here it is. Jarrett, thank you so much. He just sent me a picture of my exact routing, which is just as I described in a fishtail over Ventura. Yes, Jarrett, that was it, dude. Oh my gosh, let me pull that up in a second here. So, that's so funny you found it. I was trying to find it, I couldn't find it. Yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump inside the flight deck. There's another airplane. This looks just like how it was yesterday, honestly. And here we go. So, we came in cold and dark. Now, here's something to note. I am using a mod. This airplane is a tiny bit different than the one I flew. So, when we started out, all this is the same. However, I had like the mixture, the prop, all the levers they were down there. Have you tried I have, out of stuff. It was awesome, dude. I love that bird. I've spent like the past 2 days in it, but I thought this would be fun for today. How did I find that so easily? Honestly, I don't even know. So the first thing we did is we opened this. Now, this airplane doesn't have a door. It's this like giant ass canopy that comes over your head, and you have to like climb in. Like I got to step on this little pedal and over the wings. Now, before we even get in the flight deck, folks, we had to do a walk around. So I'm just going to speed walk around this because obviously we know how it's going to work. The fuel goes in right up here. You can see we have 2 fuel tanks. One here and one here. And we're going to have to balance them out through the flight today, depending on how much fuel we burn. So first thing we'll do is we're going to grab the fuel. And it's free, so we'll just put 90%. That's plenty for a 40-minute flight. Now, we'll make sure no visual damage, nothing under the wing. Yes, I had to get down here and look for scratches, scrapes, and anything that looks bad. Wow, this plane is cool. This must have gotten modified because we got a gear cover on this bird. So, make sure the props look good, nothing's hiding in there. We can check out right in here, make sure there's no, like, nests, God knows what, debris, anything that could get in an engine, torpedo, anything that could basically cause damage to our flight, we need to make sure it's not there. So that's done. That's good to go. I say that looks good. All right, you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Bam. Back up we go. That easy. You don't have to worry about a canopy, nothing. We just get in the airplane. So, this is how it works, and this looks so similar because mine did have the Garmin. First thing we'll do is we put the key in. It's just like a car at home. Turn it to on. Ah, done. Yeah, it's so windy during that time. It's the same here too, which is actually pretty funny because like all of California is windy and dry. So that's done. That's good to go. I would normally get the ATIS, however, we don't have that because we're not on VATSIM. So let's go ahead and do a METAR. And we're going to get the METAR for Camarillo so we can set our altimeter and get this thing going. But that looks good. We'll get the avionics turned on here in a second, which should be a keybind of mine. There it is. Good. Shock, good to see you with a new set of wings. It's good to see you, Shock. How you doing? I'll be in your stream later, I promise. But how you doing? I know, right? I'm so excited to get to do this. Air Canada, I'm on North Europe. Okay, so there's the METAR. Camarillo right now, winds are... What are we looking at? So 080 at 15... Oh yeah, it's windy today, so that's going to be interesting. Okay, quiet. Okay, we get to clear that. Alright, so that's a little windier than yesterday. 080 at 15, good visibility, clear. Altimeter is 3014. So we're going to plug 3014 in. Where are you? There you are. Now I could just hit the B key, but what the hell does that do? Please stop. There we go. 3014 is in. Please don't whine at me, airplane. I'm new. And we're going to contact ground 121.8. That was ground. So send ground over. Ground is now active. That looks good to go. The first flight you take is I know, it was honestly amazing. It really was. So that's done. Ground is on. First thing we do is she had me... Where are you? Where are you now? Strobe and... Where are you? Or actually, we just leave the positions. It's one of these stupid keys. I think actually I just get to click. Cool. Is this the... No, I have a mod for the DA40. I do. So that's what we do. And you can do exclamation point DA40. It'll get you a link to the flightsim.to. So that's done. That's good to go. Fuel pumps, we can leave that off for now because we do have the fuel on board. We don't have to worry about that. We're going to set our initial climb altitude. She set it for 45,000. Or, not... We'd all be dead. 4,500 feet. So we'll plug that in. And that's initial climb to avoid Camarillo. How much did it cost? I think it was around 250? 200 maybe? Honestly, I don't know. My mom, it was a birthday present, so I can't give you an exact amount. Did you tell the instructor about your channel? I did. And I'll tell you guys more about it. It was really cool once we get up in the air. Yeah, it's awesome, Jared. It really is. Thank you for finding that. Gotta download the game again because... Oh, no. Uh-oh. Okay, so that's good to go. Alternators look fine. ESS bus can stay off. Pitot heat can actually stay on. That's fine. We got our fuel pumps are on for engine start. Flight Sim Life, good to see you. Happy New Year. Hope all is good. Flaps can stay in. However, we did do a quick test before we left the ramp. So we'll just replicate that. We'll put our flaps down. Get on one side. Get on the... I know, right, T-Mac? That would have been bad. All players, yes. All right, we can bring the flaps back in. That's good. So that's good to go. Oh, hello. All that's done. That looks good. So we'll go back down here. 4,500 is set. Altimeter set. So at this point, we can actually turn the engine on. So the fun part is I get to scream something out the window when my family was right there, and they're like, what the hell? So clear prop. Oh, hello. Are you delivering an airplane? Cool. Clear prop. Good. Out the way. And I'm sure my lovely ground crew have already left. Love MSFS, where we just get all these people standing around my airplane. So that's good to go. That's cool. No, all players. All players, live traffic off. All right, let's get this airplane started here. So that can come off. That looks good. We're going to make sure the parking brake is set. That's our parking brake. Cabin heat, we can leave that off. Defrost is good. Now, fuel. Fuel is set to normal. And our trim. So see this here. If I move this, notice this guy, these have to match. So we'll bring this guy back, make sure it's perfectly aligned for takeoff. Looks good to me. All right, done. Now let's hopefully I don't mess this thing up, or we're all like, done. So we should be able to start the engine, and let's bring this guy up a bit. And hopefully you start. Let's see. If anything, pull that guy on. Oil pressure alternator's fine. There we go. Oh wait, wrong button. There it is. And it fires up pretty nicely. Did you tell her you stream? I did, yes. I did. So we have an engine. We yelled clear prop. That looks fine. That's what happens. I pushed the wrong lever. I thought I had them both. You taking flight school? I will be soon. Imagine your instructor's watching this. She'd be like, why didn't he know this yesterday? Alright, so we'll go forward. Throttles can stay. We can clear that. We don't have anything in the way. Now, we need a squawk VFR, which is 1200. So VFR is actually plugged in. The joy of MSFS, where it's just done. The Airbus guy can't get himself to fly the Cessna yesterday and kept to the joystick. Well, here's the thing. This plane doesn't have a yoke. It actually has a stick. And it looks just like the Airbus. I'm like, my TCA feels just like this. So that's good. And you know what else is fun? You see these levers here? That's to adjust my rudder. It doesn't work. Alternator is on. That's good. But yeah, that's to like, I have to pull the lever and push my rudder. Because, yeah, I'm pretty tall and it just was in the way. Alright, strobe lights need to be on. Boop. Done. We can get our taxi light on as well. Taxi light is on in position. And for takeoff, we set our flaps position 1. Now, if anybody noticed in the video, we had a damn struggle getting this plane out of the... Oh my gosh. No. Honestly? Donut! First one in 2022. Donut!
Happy New Year.
Aww. Donut, thank you so much for the $10 bomb. I hope you're doing good, dude. Happy New Year. Thank you so much, Donut. Starting off the year, $10 donation. That is so kind of you, dude. Honestly, that will go towards good use, with my future in this. So thank you so much, Donut, for the support, man. Honestly, huge shout out to you, man. Hope you're having a good New Year. So that's done. That's good to go. All right, guys, you ready? Warden, good to see you. Happy New Year. How often do you switch the fuel? I think it just depends on how much is in it. So yesterday we had about 100. We had a full on the left. However, our right was down about, like, I'd say it was almost completely full, but the right had a little less. So we kind of burned off the right, switched over to the left, and then we kind of, I think this plane can cross feed if I heard correctly. So we just leave it on normal. All right, that's good to go. That's done. At this point, we can release the parking brake. Bye-bye. And we can get going. Frost, good to see you. Watch IRL Fright, and I'm so proud. Thank you so much, dude. I heard Shaq was in here, so I had to come make sure he's behaving. Yes, he's behaving. How long that lasts, we don't know. Scared in 3. Oh my gosh, you guys. So let's get it rolling. Ever so slightly bring the props up. RPM, it should be about like 1,000 for taxi. Should have the brakes off. Come on. Let's go. Sometimes it's... Okay, there we go. Now we're moving. Now, turning this plane is not just hard in the sim. It's hard IRL. The brakes work a bit differently. Or the turning. So it's super hard to taxi, but I got used to it after... I actually taxied the plane yesterday, which was fun. And it loves to bounce, just like it does in the sim. So, Chick-fil-A in the first... Oh, I don't even know. Are they open today? I don't know. I don't need Chick-fil-A. I'm good. So normally, IRL, these vehicles wait for you. There's a fuel transfer pump next to the PITA. There it is. That's it. Thank you. I knew I was missing something. Hello! When you see an active airplane with the strips, they're supposed to wait. Obviously, they don't. So what we did right about here is we pulled right on up, leaving the ramp. Oh, I forgot. I thought that was a static plane. Wait, that plane's moving. Oh, hi, guys. Hi. So what we did, and I'm going to pull up the taxi charts for you guys, because we actually have to hold here for a second. go KCMA. Let's pull you up. Charts. And we should have a taxi. It should be. I'm trying to remember correctly on this. Taxi and airport takeoff. Good. So we're going to have to taxi out to 26. We do have to request 26. And if ATIS is available, do they have ATIS on this? They do. Okay, so we normally get an ATIS by now. So wind 0... Yeah, that's wrong. What the heck? Few clouds at 1800. Just for the purpose of this. Few clouds at 1400. I don't see a cloud, so you're... I don't even know what this plane's doing. I don't know what this thing's doing. Temperature's 20. Definitely not. Dew point's 10. 29er. You are so broken, but that's fine. So, anyway, let's say the ATIS is X-ray, for example. We would say... We would call up Cameo ground, and... Oh my gosh, but before we call ground... We have to give a shout out to Mr. Jet 2 Pilot Henry. Jet 2 Pilot, thank you so much. £2 donation. That is so kind of you, dude. A huge shout out and thank you for the support, man. Honestly, it says Happy New Year. There it is. You beat me to it, Streamlabs. Aw.
Jet 2 Pilot Henry
Jet 2 Pilot.
£2 through Super Chat.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
You too.
Liked your new video, mate.
Thank you. It was honestly so much fun. I'm glad you guys liked the video. Jet 2 Pilot, thank you so much for the £2, dude. That is so kind of you. So I'm on North Europe. I'm the plane behind. Oh, okay, Andy. Sorry about that. Are you familiar? Yes, but I learned more than I ever did before. So, all right. So we would basically call up ramp. We'd call up ground, which we tune to. Oh, go away. Camera runway. I know it's much. It's like 50 or what is it? Like 5,200 feet, something like that. So we have. Why did you change? Oh, because I know what I did. I can fix that. I can fix it. It's a sim. I don't have to worry. There we go. So, there we go. Done. All right, let's pull back up the charts. We'll call up ground. So, Cameo ground, November 656. Or we could just say 656 Bravo Charlie. Short of Foxtrot with ATIS, we're with information X-ray. Like to request taxi out runway 26 for departure. So then they'd say, then they'd go, Cameo ground, 626 Bravo Charlie. Taxi to runway 26 via Golf, Foxtrot, Golf 3, Golf, and Alpha. And that's where we go to do our run-up. So they'd say that, something along the lines of that. That looks good to go. We can clear that. We can basically get moving now. Now, there should be other planes. We had a plane we had to wait for to go. So they said behind the taxiing Cessna, and the ground vehicles will hold. Because we had some ground cars all that. But, oh, you guys. Jet 2 Pilot. Oh my gosh, dude. Honestly... Oh.
Jet 2 Pilot Henry donated £5.
Thank you, dude.
Through Super Chat. Enjoy your flight.
Jet 2 Pilot, thank you so much for the £5. £5. Well, that's 7, but thank you so much, dude, for the support. Honestly, thank you so much. We will. We'll have a great flight, and thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying the content. Thank you so much for the donation, dude. That is so kind. Honestly, when you get your full pilot's license, what airline? Honestly, I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm honestly like, here's the thing, guys. I want to be flat out honest before we taxi, because let's say there's another plane. I'm not so much in the point at this... I think yesterday was a big realization. Like, I'm not at the point of worrying about who I want to fly for in terms of, oh, I like their livery. At this point, I'm really focused on actually trying to get to the steps of being able to fly for someone. Whether that may be Alaska, Spirit, Ryanair, whoever it may be.
Welcome.
Even that.
You have arrived.
So, whoever it may be, honestly, I'm kind of at the point where I just want to, you know, get through the stages and not kind of jump ahead. So whatever's available, because I don't know what's going to be available, you know, in, let's say, 3, 5, 10, 20 years. You know, you don't know. So that's what I kind of thought of. It's like, why rush? Just kind of go from there. So anyway, we've been cleared to taxi. The Cessna has passed. There's no ground crew anymore. They've passed too. So we can get off the brakes. We can taxi on out. Bring that up. Watch the RPM. We don't want to split up too much. Okay, did I put the parking brake? No, I didn't. It's just Microsoft doing its thing. Come on. Okay, cool. So that's gonna go. We've... Jet 2, yeah, right. Kino, I'm doing great, dude. It's good to see ya. So, we actually need to make a left. Nope, I lied. It's right here we need to go. I think I might have been on the other ramp. But, same thing. So, we'll kind of come out here. We kind of went straight, so I might have parked in the wrong row. We'll taxi out. You gotta... This plane is so sensitive. So, like, the throttle, you barely need to push it to taxi. And we'll just kind of go out and we're going to do our run-up. Talon, what do you mean for new? Was it Mr. Kebmo? Kebmo 25? That might have been. Might have been. I honestly have to remember. I think that was Mr. Kebmo. So, we'll taxi out here. On the taxiway we go. And what we'll do This will just verify trim is in takeoff position, fuel is set. Oh, see, it's so hard to taxi. And we even did this yesterday. Like, the plane was going like this on the taxiway. It was crazy. But that's kind of how it works. And here's what we have to do. I can probably, can I switch this? Please work. Please work. There's one button. I want to say it was, where do you go? It's one of these guys. No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. It wasn't that. It was one of these. I think it was, oh, here it is. No, it wasn't that. Was it? It was. It's one of these buttons. And I'm trying to remember what it was. This is the part where I didn't remember. That's the volume for the headset. Now, what was it? It wasn't you. That was nav. There's something that I can change. I don't know if this airplane has it. It might just be different. But it doesn't matter because I can still see it anyway. I just want to make it bigger for you guys. It's for the engine temps and stuff. Oil temp. If Singapore Airlines is hiring, you could apply. Oh, that's a little far. Too soon. Too soon. I like how the plane like bobs up and down. Honestly, it's so cool. So at this point, we'd be tuning to tower. We'd call up tower, and we'd just kind of monitor tower. We wouldn't necessarily say anything. We just kind of stay on their frequency now that we're out on the ramp. So, yeah, it was awesome, Talon, wasn't it? Plane as a signature. Yeah, bounce. It just, that was yesterday too. It was fun though. That's how the diamond works. So we'll come on out here. That looks good to go. Ooh, North Europe, yes. And I believe it's one of these buttons. I'm not going to worry about it. Honestly, it's okay. But we'll go and do a run up. There it is. Now, we need to set flaps to take off, which are already set because they're set and the light comes on. And what we did, we're going to find a spot here. Now, we followed like a Cherokee out. We're just going to find an open spot because it was pretty empty yesterday. So we'll come up here. Part of my taxiing skills, it is very hard to do it in this airplane. So it's a good thing I did it in real life to practice. So we'll go out. I say we take, what spots? Where should we go? So just for reference, what airport? KCMA. Is it okay to spawn in the runway? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. So here's what we did. We've had to face the wind. So let's just say the wind, since we're just doing it like calm like yesterday, we'll face this way. Exactly how we did. But normally you'd put the nose in the direction of the wind and all that fun stuff. So all the way up you go. Just kind of move up. There we go. It's so sensitive. It should move. There it goes. Slow and steady. That's kind of how the and you can see the braking, like when the rudder goes one way, the nose wheel goes the other. Is it hard to land? Not really. I didn't get to land. I just set up for the approach and such. No, I probably would have smashed it. I got to about, I think it was like 500 feet, and then we switched controls. So I basically turned for final. That's kind of how it worked. And folks, remember when I said Spanish Hills? That's the hill. That's Spanish Hills right there. So we kind of have to come around the mountain and go VFR. So just for reference. Okay, that's done. Please stay behind Alaska. Yeah, that would be helpful, folks. Or kind of stay in the vicinity. That way we don't, you know, have a bunch of us and for TCAS. So that's good. All right, that's all set. That's good. So what we do now, where did you go? Oh, this is different than the one I had. Normally, you'd have the magneto, but this doesn't look like it has it the way it was. But we'd switch and we'd watch the RPM, and the RPM needs to go up to 2,000 for each. Now, if it drops below 170 when switching the magnetos, then we might not be able to fly. So, for the sake of today's video, oh, nice, sure, yeah, it's a good plane, I recommend it. So we'll just, actually, I should probably put the parking brake on, because it will go. So we'll set the parking brake, and hold the brakes. Now, the plane might start moving forward. It's normal, it happened yesterday. Oh, no worries, Frost. Well, hopefully you can one day, for sure. Plus, that's not my, nice, dude, that's awesome. Alright, so let's do a run up. We'll just say we have magneto, because for the purpose of this. Bring it up to about 2,000. You'll hear the engine going. You don't want to go too far. Don't want to overstress it. Look, I know, right, Joey? So here we go. Almost there. You know, you don't want to just go toga. Your plane's going to go everywhere. So almost about 2,000. Should be like right about there. Let's see. Will it level? There it is. So 2,000 RPM. Okay, switch the magneto, so we go left, and you might see the RPM go, dude, it'll drop a bit, right? So the RPM will drop. Let's just say I'm just doing that on purpose, but that's why. Back up, switch the other one, and the RPM came down a bit. Now yesterday, because it was so cold and because the airplane hadn't been used in a couple days because of the rain, it took a minute. And notice here, we need to make sure that all the oil temps and stuff are in the green. Now, if I can... I need to figure this out so I can show you guys. I want to say it was... What was it? There's a certain thing that this airplane let me do. Oh, make sure all the circuit breakers are in. That's probably a good thing to say. So that's done. It was one of these. Wasn't that. That was that. It's one of these things, and it was one specific button. And I know exactly... I'm trying to remember what she pushed. Like it was an option... Oh, maybe it was this. Is it any of these? No. That wasn't it. Back. I can't figure it out. Basically, we had these bars for the oil temps, and we had to make sure that they went up at the same pace. Some airplanes have it, some don't. But basically, so they all rise and fall together. And we basically had one that was just a little out of bit. The second time we did it was totally fine. So sometimes that happens. Alright, so I'd say we're good to go. Looking good. You all are doing your run-ups. That looks great to me. So that's done. Alright, power back. Kind of idle it back. You're going to notice it almost sounds, in real life, it sounds like it's shutting down on you, but it's not. It's just kind of idling out. It's pretty cool. But, like, you get scared. I'm like, oh, shit, is it going to stop? But no, it didn't. All right, folks, I'd say that's good to go. So at this point, we can release the parking brake. Leave that there. That looks good. All right, let's roll. And thank you guys so much. Almost 40 likes. All the new subs today as well. Welcome aboard, everybody. So good to have you guys. I don't have the Phenom 300. Jalen, that's awesome, dude. It's a really beautiful plane, isn't it? Alright, that's good. What I'll do now, I can switch... There it is. Switch on the landing lights. Taxi light can't come off. Because they switch them, which is so cool. I don't know. And this is my AC, which actually works with this mod. I love that. There's So It, Air Canada. Nice, guys. So we'd pull up to the line. We'd call up the tower. Tower should be on what? Where are you? And remember, guys, ground point 8, tower is 128.2. 128.2. That would it. That. Okay, cool. And we call Point Magoo after we're airborne. Sometime around then. So we'll hold short. We'll go 128.2, which we still are on ground. So we'll go 128.2. Yeah, folks, if you don't mind just kind of staying behind during the flight, that'd be super helpful. Just so we can get, like, the clear view without everything in the way. If that's appreciated, though. Seriously. Alright, 128.2. So we'd go Camarillo Tower. November, or actually, we wouldn't say November. We'd say 656 Bravo Charlie. Short of runway 26 with information X-ray ready to go. Right traffic. Something like make right traffic after takeoff or something like that. And then it'd say, we actually had to wait for a plane to land. So, there it is. There's the landing airplane. So, then they'd say, you know, camera, or 656 Bravo Charlie, runway 26 cleared for takeoff. So then, okay, cool. We've gotten our takeoff clearance. Like I said, my ATC's not perfect. Just a quick rundown. So, landing lights come on. We go off the brakes. Give it a little bit of power. And we should be good to go. Easy on the, was it right cross? It might have been right crosswind. That might be it. You might be right, Jake. I didn't do the communication, thank God, or we would have been in a lot of trouble. Aviva, good to see you. It did. Southwest, how you doing? Spitfire, good to see you. So that's good. Alright, so we'll hold a second. We'll make sure we're good. We actually stayed for a quick second, but yeah, that's good. Alright, guys ready? Richski, good to see you. So let's go. And we put the power up. Blue, welcome. And up we go. And we'll rotate between 67 and 77 knots, I think it was. Just depends. So airspeed's alive and indicated. Takeoff power set. Keep rolling. Watch the RPM. Good. There's 60 knots. Rotate. So we'll bring the nose up very easy. Slow and steady is always good in this plane. And we just made a gradual climb out. Can you watch the RPM? I mean, you don't need to, like, go all the way up. Like, easy does it. Kind of maintain about 80 knots out. And it wasn't long before, or long after. Oh, hello. Oh, I know what I just did. Cool. And we can put our flaps in. So we go flaps clean. Now, if I pull back up... What did I do with it? Here we go. Sky Vector. We start that right turn out, and we go up to the Satakoy Bridge. So that's what we need to do. Now, do you guys remember what I last said? Avoid Clash Charlie airspace, and avoid Spanish Hills. So at this point, we can go out to the right. We're going to climb and maintain 4,500 to get above Clash Charlie airspace for Oxnard. Ever so slightly bring the climb. Climb power's looking good. There's the 101. That's the first visual point. And what we should see shortly is the Satakoy Bridge. So we'll keep looking for both. We'll keep looking for both. Now you should see the bridge coming up. It's really cool. And then we'll take a left turn. We just need to make sure we're high enough to avoid the airspace. So it's good through about 1,100 feet. There were a few clouds we had to dodge yesterday. But other than that, we were good. Now, I don't really pitch the nose up too much. I kind of kept like 800 vertical speed. She did the speed, so it was fun. That looks good. Alright. So we're airborne. Wow. Hi, everyone. If I update... Oh, nice. Hope you're well. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, the twins are so adorable, aren't they? Nice, Singaporean. So there we go. Almost above 2,000 for class Charlie at Oxnard, which we still climbed over. We just had to make sure we were above. Now, does anybody see the Satakoy Bridge? Let's see if anybody sees it. It's a tricky one. I'll give you a hint. It's in the shot. Does anybody see it? If you can't see it, well, I'd be worried. Stel Parks, I'm playing it on a computer. You can do exclamation point specs to get the specs of the PC if you want. But yeah, I'm doing it on a desktop. There we go. It's been great, Southwest. What about you? Yeah, there it is. 737? Probably. That would be a good idea. Oh yeah, for sure, Mad Max. So there's the bridge. Now, what's our altitude? We're above 2,000, right? And there we go. So we'll climb and maintain 2,000. We're now cleared above the Clash Charlie airspace of Oxnard. In which point we started a left turn. Because you guys remember when I said we have to be above that altitude? Well, we're pretty good up here. So we'll start a left turn. And this might not be identical to what I did yesterday. I'm just trying to look up my route. Okay, it's similar. And we just did like fishtails in and around. So we kind of go up. We go out. Can it go on an HP? It depends on the specs, like your graphics card. That's what it would depend on. So here's 3,000. We kind of kept the climb rolling. We can see the RPM. We can actually bring it back just a little bit because we don't want it to go into the red. More so in the green. I mean, that's always better, huh? So that's good. 3,000. You should now see Oxnard Airport, which is right there. That's Oxnard. So that's why we had to be up above, because there's arriving and departing traffic, and I'm like, well, we probably shouldn't do that. So we kind of came out around the Oxnard Clash Charlie, which you guys can see we're currently staying out of. I wonder if this VFR map thingy will show. Not as much. No. Bummer. Can't see your name? Huh. That's interesting. Alright. We'll continue up. Hopefully it shows up. Bring our props back a bit. Easy does it. There we go. Watch the RPM. Keep it in the green. I don't want to stress out the engine. And this altitude's pretty good. Climb maintain 2,000? No. Stay above 2,000. So climb above 2,000. Now don't maintain 2,000. Drop below it. They wouldn't be happy. So there's 4,500 climbing out of 3,500. We'd now pretty much switched to Point Magoo approach, which should be on what? We'll just do it for the sake of it. Point Magoo was on what? Let's see. Here it is. 12485. So we'll go 12485. Let's see. There it is. And then we'll go 12485. Alright, so that's plugged in. We're off a tower now. We won't be needing them for a minute. We're going to go ahead and kind of level out somewhere around here. We can kind of easy up on the climb. And at this point, we went out over the coast, because that's Ventura. And then, once we got out over the coast very slightly, we started, like, fishtail in and out, left and right turns. That was actually for traffic. So, if I show you guys what Ant sent me, or for what Jarrett sent me, keep getting that confused. Yeah, there we go, cool. Sorry, Windows. So let me just pull it up for you guys while I'm trying to hand fly the airplane. And I can show you guys my exact path from yesterday. So here it is. Boom. So that's it. You guys see how we made that turn over the Satakoy Bridge? Now we're going out, in, out, over Santa Paula, down, around, and in. So that's kind of exactly what we're doing now. Cool. So we can sort of ease out, bring our power back a bit. RPM, everything's still in the green. Notice we don't have anything in the red, which is probably a good sign. Easy does it. This thing is sensitive even in the sim. We'll go out a little further, and now we can start that turn back. So we're still above Class Charlie. That's fine. Because there's Oxnard Airport, and we're more than enough in altitude above it. So we'll keep the turn rolling. That looks good. And this was the part, I was pretty much hand flying this entire portion of the flight. Easy does it on the climb. Let's see. There we go. 4,500. We'll start bringing the nose down ever so slightly. Too soon, it's not really good to do so, but this is not bad. Oh, awesome, Talon. You want Volanti? I think so. I hope so. And you can just see, it is absolutely beautiful from above up here. Like, it's unreal. I said that probably 100 times yesterday. So we'll continue up towards Santa Paula at this point, and we'll dodge some traffic while leveling out the airplane. There it is. So 4,500. That's looking good. And I kind of kept it around that. Didn't have to be perfect. For my first flight, I did pretty well. So that looks good. What state is this? California. We kind of went out to the left because we had traffic on our, like, 2 o'clock. So and then we also had another plane that departed Oxnard about 1,000 below us. Which, there's the airplane. Cool. So that's good to go. And we kind of hold the altitude, so that's not too bad. Now, once we leave Class Charlie airspace, which is just past this roadway, which is the 126, we started our descent to about 3,000 feet. So then we went to the right. We went out. This is scenery now that I'm asleep. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? And then we kind of came out to the right, and then we went back to the Satakoy Bridge. And that's kind of what took us back. Yeah, traffic, exactly right. You're not wrong. So that's good. And we'll bring our power back a bit. And we're going to go out towards Santa Paula. Now, the fog is a bit concerning. So we'll watch out for that. There we go. So out to the Satakoy Bridge, we stayed on the right. So we'll kind of hold it about here. And that looks good. Perfect. SoCal, yeah. Yeah, this is SoCal. Perfect. So now we start a left turn, because I don't want to end up in a mountain. Now we should... Let's see. No, we haven't. Well, actually, no. Hold on. No, we'll give it another minute here. I was going to say, I don't think we cleared Class Charlie yet, so we'll have to watch for that. But we'll give it another minute or so. Same? Nice, dude. Whereabouts are you? So, did we cross the 101? We did. There's the 101. So we're out of Class Charlie. We can bring our power back. RPM's looking good. You can almost, like, bring it back quite a bit. How was it? It was so cool, Jake, honestly. Can bring power back even more. And we're going to start descending now 3,000. So we'll go 3,000. So initial 3,000. We could probably... Oh, near John Wayne. Nice, dude. That's a cool airport. And we kind of stayed... There's the river bottom, which we also followed. So we have the Satakoy... Where'd you go? Satakoy Bridge. There it is. And then the river bottom. So that kind of guided us some more. So keep going down 3,000. There's Point Magoo training with the F-18s. And there we go. And we kind of bring speed. Speed's okay where it is. There's Soet. Nice, dude. And there we are. Now, this is what's scary about Santa Paula. Like I said, Santa Paula Airport, right over there, which we went right up to it. That's where we started our turn. But it's between these two hills, and her words were, yeah, it's a little bit sketchy. So, first flight wasn't happening there. There we go. So we'll kind of hold it just about, power up just a little bit. That looks good, though. And we kind of level out the nose. Perfect. North Europe? Yeah, North Europe. North Europe. Cool. So that looks good. Awesome. So much for staying behind him. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Dougal. It's alright. ATC must have special instructions today. It's all good. So there's 3,000. Maintain 3,000. Real Hawks, good to see you. How you doing? So there we go. 3,000 feet. We'll kind of hold that. And perfect. Now we're going to go up to about Santa Paula Airport. I'm going to start a little bit of a left turn. Just in case we don't like... do that. Stunning play. It's really amazing, Dougal. And as cool as it is in MSFS, it was unreal in the real world, honestly. How'd it go, Ollie? It was amazing, dude. Emergency loop. Nice. Yeah, not yet. No barrel rolls. No barrel rolls. But we'll turn back soon. So you should see Santa Paula Airport. It's a teeny airport. So I'm going to see if you guys spot it today. Does anybody see Santa Paula in this view? Somewhere around here? It's a good just flight scenery if anybody has it. I love it. It's amazing. Sorry. There it is. Alright, so there's 3,000. So at this point, we came up, and for those that didn't find it, that's Santa Paula Airport right there. So when we hit Santa Paula Airport, it was a sharp turn. We started going down to 1,500. So put 1,500 feet. There it is. Nice. Power back. Started my day. Nice, John. How you doing? No worries. You are good, dude. I hope you're having a happy New Year, though. Get some rest, dude. But thanks so much for hanging out. We appreciate it. Hope all is good. What are you planning on doing your next flight? I don't know. We have to figure that out. So there we go. And the left turn here is like a left turn. Because if you go slow and steady, mountain meat. Very easily. So that's good. We start back, maintain about... And her exact words were more focus on the turn than the descent. Because you guys can see why it's important to do that. Because otherwise you're mountain meat. So I'm kind of doing just that. We'll watch our speed. Easy does it. It was just incredible from up here, honestly. I have some pictures to show you guys at the end. And then we leveled out right about like this. So we did have 180, basically. I kind of brought the nose, leveled it out. And that's good. Now, it's always blinding at this time of day, but it was a little more cloudy than this yesterday, so. Sounds like you had... I did, John. My first was yesterday. Yesterday. Yeah. It was amazing, honestly. I would really recommend it, folks. If you haven't taken your Discovery flight yet, and you're considering about becoming a pilot, honestly, I'm so happy I did it. Really. So there we go. Alright, let's get back up Sky Vector while maintaining 1,500. Where did you go? So this is where we're at now, so you guys can see. So we just came down from Santa Paula. We're now going to go direct to the Satakoy Bridge, and then we're going to do the Spanish Hills circle, or what do you call it, right traffic approach. That's what we need to do. So, there we go. Alright, so we have to go out. We need to find the bridge, which is a little hard to do, but it's right there. So, it's right there. So we'll find the bridge, and we'll start a right turn. Now, you guys are going to see one thing here, and we actually need to hold altitude, because we did start going down to 900 here. So between 1,500 and 900 is where we went. And you should see in a second. So right out to the Satakoy Bridge, which is the 101 freeway. Now, we need to keep left of the bridge, but you are going to notice something over here. That hill is Spanish Hills, ironically. So that's Spanish Hills. That's what we need to keep on the freeway, but around. So we couldn't just take a sharp left. What we had to do, which I need to make sure I don't pass the bridge. Here it is. We start a left, start the left turn, and we can keep it about 1,100 is what we did. And there we are. Still have a pretty good view of it. And we're going to go out a bit. Because we can't go in any further. And I got this, because I was going to go across. Those are all the homes of Spanish Hills. Yeah, Britannia for sure. And that's what we have to avoid. 2001, I showed up to my Discovery flight. ILS Perch flight. That's awesome, John. Right? Did you bring 100 people with you too? Be like, can we throw them all on the airplane and fly a big one today? No, I know, right? I swear I was on the runway and I'm like, Manitoba SRS runway, but no, not how it works. And that was a small plane. Alright, we should have reference and visual with Camarillo Tower. There it is. So at this point, back to Tower 28.2. There we are. And we're going to come in for the approach. So that's good so far. Okay, cool. That's done. That looks good. I hear another plane. And you could hear the other planes yesterday, which is really cool. Oh, there's Soet. Oh, the model matching doesn't work. No. Alright, folks. We bring our speed back, descend to 900 feet. Keep eyes for the 101 freeway. You should see it right parallel to Camarillo. We're back at the airport. Now let's see. Start bringing our speed back. So there's Spanish Hills. That's it. You should notice some farmland, and then there's like a golf course. Where's that? There it is. It's right up in the hills. Oh, that's a golf course. So that's good. So we're going to go out and around. Sharp left turn. Here comes the freeway. Down to 900 feet. Slow down for the approach. There's the 101. And we're going to call up tower. So Camarillo Tower 656 Bravo Charlie. Right traffic, like to make right traffic for runway 26. And then give us landing clearance. And we actually had to look out for, what you might call, another airplane, which is cool. So we go out, stay to the left of the 101. And then any second, we go back out. See, buds, good to see you. Let me check Jarrett. I'm sorry. It goes by really quick to chat. Alright, let's see. Watch our speed. Keeping to the left, right, like hugging the 101. Parallel to 26. And at this point, it's flap 1. Because we're below 110 knots. So we can keep rolling the speed back. Use a bit of trim there. And we started our turn any second here. So we kind of flew out past the threshold. And it was a good 15 seconds. And this is kind of how we did it. Coco, good to see you. Here we go. So at this point, we brought our power back. And we should go right out. It's the last building of the outlets, which is that. That's where we turned. And you also have to keep the descent rolling. So now we start the turn.
500.
Thank you. Landing flaps. Through the turn. While descending. And right when we got a line for the runway, she kind of took over for it. Right over the VOR as well is where we had to go. Easy out. This is how you do it. Because if you go to the outlets where we went after, you see all the planes coming over. Which is so cool. So here we go. Out we go. There's the runway. We can kind of maintain about 400 feet. Hence, we don't want to end up on the threshold like I saw another plane do. Ease it out. Landing lights are on. Hold it. And they just kind of leave it at this altitude. Cook, how you doing? Alright, here we go. So we'll hold it. We need to make sure we have 2 white and 2 red. I see reds. There's the white. Keep that speed right where it is, about 80 knots, and then slow it down. So you can see, just kind of keep it over the threshold here. We do have a bit of a crosswind. Like 3 knots, but then again, 2 white and 2 red. There we go. And let's see. Oh, and you guys can get your landing rates in. Sorry, it was a bit late. I forgot we have Volanta running. Bring back the speed. Did I land it? No, I gave her the controls like right over the threshold. And there we go. And you kind of get on the brakes. Like I said, the rudder is hard to use. So, there we go. Her landing, not mine there. Cool. So we roll it out. And the flaps go in. We switch off the landing lights. We put on the taxi lights. And Camarillo Tower would say, contact ground point 8. At that point, we go left. This should be, I think it's Charlie. And we're going to go 121.8. Let's see. There we go. So we actually pulled up right to the line. We kind of stopped about right here. Waited for taxi instructions to the ramp. We should be right on... Where did the sign go? Okay, the sign is blank, but we have to keep going forward. So at this point, I taxied in. I got the controls, my controls. Landing lights off. Everything else stays. Flaps are clean. That looks good. So then we go ground 656 Bravo Charlie. Vacated 26. We'd like to request taxi to spot 22. And then they give us instruction. Oski, Happy New Year. Good to see ya. So then we would go. Where did you go? We came in off of Charlie. So then they'd say taxi via Foxtrot and then to the ramp. So Foxtrot, this is still golf. So we need to go to Foxtrot, which is this guy. And I'm doing a just as good of a job as I did IRL taxing it in. So there we go. But that looks good. And almost 50 likes. Thank you guys so much. So we kind of brought it back. Let's see. And I know where we parked. And then I'll show you guys around the ramp, which is cool. And you can see it still does like that bouncing effect when you touch or when you taxi, which I absolutely love. I'm so glad they implemented that. It really is cool. Wow, kid, good to see you. How you doing? So, just a heads up. Happy New Year, dude. Wait, that's not a plane at Camarillo. Thank you, Britannia, for hanging out, dude. We'll catch you later. And there's not normally lights all over the tack. What the? Please, somebody make a Camarillo scenery. Oh, there we go. There's not normally a light in the middle of it. Not sure who put that there today, but I guess I think they're trying to set up for my driving test after, so I have to back in and out through the cones. Retired firefighter, good to see you. How you doing? Happy New Year. All right, let's see. So we passed this. Ronan, how you doing? Camarillo ground, 656 Bravo Charlie. All right, we'll give way to the Cessna 172, 656 Bravo Charlie. So ground would basically say give way. However, rules don't apply in a simulator, so we'll just keep going forward. Oh, there we go. Was just called yes, Ronan. If you know how, or not, or we're just gonna let the 380 take us under his wing. There we go. So at this point, go a little faster. Get chased. There we go. And there we go. So we'll keep going. Just buttered. Oh, there's a hole in the taxiway. There's a hole on taxiway golf, dear Liza. There's a hole on the taxiway. Yay, Warden, that would be awesome. We can have Instructor Warden come up. Happy New Year, retired firefighter. Oh, okay. Oh, wake turbulence. There we go. Cool. We got all the wake from that. See, there it is. Now it starts bouncing. Cool. So let's go back to the gates. Okay, Ronan, sounds good. That's normally if you make a 08 departure, you'll see what he just did. That's if you're going to go straight out for 08. Now, they're not in use right now, so it's just an example. There, so it. Flying Moose, Happy New Year. Whoa, there's that wake turbulence. Taxi turbulence. And we parked somewhere around here. Actually, I'm trying to remember where the heck we parked. It's like one of these open. Oh, it's the next one. It was the next one. Not this one. Next one. Next one. Oh, there it goes again. There's so many bumps on this one. My gosh. Now, where are you guys? There you guys are. Oh. Quick demonstration. There you go, so it. A GoPro mount? I don't think so. On the right side display. Where are you looking? Which part? You mean the... Where? This? No, that's my alternate air. So this is where we went. We went right back here. This is it, I think. Yeah, this is it. There's the building. So we pull off to the right. Come on in. Now, normally there were like 30 other airplanes around, including this like big World War II plane, which is really cool to see. We pull up. Pull into spot 22, which isn't marked here. Normally it would be. Bummer. Bummer! Let's see if we can find it. Right display, right below it, centered. There. Oh no, that's the rudder thingy. No worries, Flying Beast. Good night, dude. We'll catch you later. Now let's see if we can pull up. Come on. Up you go. Or we'll just turn left here. Let's see. Look to the right side. That's the window. You mean like these things here on the glass? Those are windows. Yeah, these? What do you mean? I think you might mean what's on the window. That's just the window. That's how we yell clear prop. Come on. You got it. Okay, yeah. We're here. Cool. On the map. Oh, this! I don't know what that is. I don't think so. That. These things? You put the GoPro there? I don't know. I don't think so. But maybe MSFS put that there for the heck of it. Alright. Parking brake goes on. Truck pulls in front. That didn't happen. Maybe he's asking for fuel, which we could take that. Where are you? Oh boy. Oh, not this. What? I mean, at least he's not going to hit us, hopefully. Alright, cool. Back. 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 Off. Off. Electric master. Off. Hold on. My keybind is stuck. There we go. It's a mic hook. That's what it is. And we basically open the hatch, everybody gets out, and we celebrate. Hi, I would like fuel. Yes, please. Okay. Or just sit there. What he's doing. So what'd you guys think? That's what I want to see. And let's go ahead on Valanta. Let's see if you guys can see my screen. And we'll complete that. Let's see how we did. And this is the route we just did. So let's go review. And we made a triangle. So it was similar to what I did. Minus 141. I will take that. Please don't run my airplane over. Why are you running it over? That's very rude of you. Really? I know you want to be the star of the show, dude, but come on now. Cool. So what do we all think of that? Check screenshots? Okay, 1 second. Oh boy, so it. So what did you guys think? That was pretty much a rundown of my discovery flight. Which, honestly, was absolutely awesome. Seriously. So, I had so much fun doing that. So what do you guys think? Did we do okay? You can see we did that loop around. See the altitude. So let's make sure we did this right. If I kind of do that. So, we came out, did the right traffic, over the Setakoi Bridge, which there it is. It's a pretty long bridge. Out over, we climbed to the right altitude, up and around, over Oxnard, past Charlie Airspace, back out, crossed over, back in, descent around St. Apollo, which there's the airport, so we did pretty good on that. Oh, it was a lot of fun, Dougal, for sure. I love having you guys fly along. Kept that descent going, in, back, and right up. This is literally exactly how it went. So, yeah. Check out, oh boy, Real Hacks, what did you do? Where are you now? Real Hacks. Where are you? Oh, you might be down here then. Real Hacks. Oh no. Jeez, 24. Oops. Oops. Feels like one of my best landings. Nice, IND. I like delivery though, that's cool. So yeah. And there we go. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a quick rundown of how my discovery flight went. And then we basically get off. We went, let's see if I can I move the, hello. There we go. And what we did from here is we left the airplane. We ran all the way back to the main building. We went all the way around out to the lot, ran to the, out there. Thank you, Spitfire. Thanks, guys. And we went, like, back to the office. It is Megapar, yeah. And we got, like, a logbook, which, actually, I get to present to you guys. So, we have this now, which is pretty cool. So I have, like, my logbook. I have everything stored in there. So, that was kind of how it worked. Alright, Jared, I'll catch you later, dude. Why can't... I don't know. Are you on the right server? Look at all you guys. Screenshot. Cool. So yeah, that's kind of the rundown of it. It was pretty cool, though. So I have that. I have a t-shirt from the place I got it, which I left in the other room. So, have to get that. But that's kind of a rundown of it. So, if you guys enjoyed that, I hope you guys look forward to more of these. So after I do some more, hopefully some more flying, work towards my PPL, you guys can get a little more knowledge, a little more information on it, and I can kind of take you guys through the process. That being said, thank you to everybody who flew along. A little bit of a quick stream today, but I just want to take you guys along with it. And that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for tuning in. Who's far and right? Is that me? That's not me, is it? No. I'm like, that's definitely not me. So anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So it is going to end us off. And I'll catch you guys later. But yeah, have a great rest of your year, everybody. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. And thanks for tuning in on this little stream. And don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!